The biggest mistake students make when choosing a university abroad is they choose rankings instead of returns. And look, I get it. Ranking feels safe, ranking feels logical, but here's the thing nobody tells you. You're not just investing your time, but you're also investing anywhere around 30 lakhs to 1.5 crores of real money. And if you're putting that kind of money on the line, the question you should actually be asking is not which country is the best. The question you should really be asking is which country will give me the best return on my investment. And when I say ROI, I don't just mean salaries. I mean how quickly can you recover the money that you have spent, how easy you can find a job there, and can you realistically build a life there after your degree, because that's what actually matters. Hi, I'm Akhilesh from Admit Abroad, and we have helped hundreds of students get into top ranked universities across the world. And in this video, I'm going to rank top 5 countries based on the ROI. This will be based on real numbers like cost, salaries, job outcomes, and the actual job market out there. So let's get right into it. At number 5, we have Netherlands, and honestly, this country doesn't get enough credit. It's not the highest paying country, nor it is the cheapest country to study abroad in, but it gets almost everything right. Unlike other countries where they are strong in one factor and weak in another, like USA being strong in their salaries but weak in their immigration pathway, like you have to enroll for the H-1B system. And in a world where most countries are strong in one thing and weak in another, this balance is really hard to find. So why are so many international students now choosing Netherlands? There are two reasons. First, universities. We are talking about TU Delft, University of Amsterdam. These are genuinely world-class institutions, not just on paper, but when it comes to innovations, research, and industry connections and job outcomes. Second, this one surprises a lot of people. Even though English is not the official language of the Netherlands, more than 90% of the population speaks English fluently. So you're not walking into a country where you feel lost every single day. Tuition fees are anywhere between 12 to 25 lakhs, and living expenses would be anywhere around 12 to 18 lakhs per year. So yes, it's on the expensive side compared to other countries on the list. I won't sugarcoat that. But here's what makes up for it. The job market. There is a strong demand for engineers, tech professionals, and supply chain specialists. And we are not talking about local companies. We are talking about ASML, Philips, Booking.com. These global giants are actively hiring international students. Salaries can range anywhere between 45 lakhs to 75 lakhs per year. And after taxes and living expenses, your savings realistically come to around 20 to 30 lakhs per year, which means you can recover your investment in 2 to 3 years. Housing, especially in Amsterdam, it's expensive, it's competitive, and finding a good place to live in Amsterdam is generally difficult. So you have to plan in advance for that. But overall, if you want a strong job market, top universities, an English-friendly environment, and a stable ROI, then Netherlands should definitely deserve a spot on your list. At number 4, we have Ireland. And here's the best way to understand what Ireland is. Ireland is everything that UK was before Brexit happened. Think about it. After Brexit, a huge number of multinational companies needed a European base, and Ireland was right there. English speaking, EU member, business friendly, and lower taxes. So companies like Google, Meta, and Amazon didn't think twice. They set up their major offices in Dublin, which means as an international student in Ireland, you're not just looking at the Irish job market. You're looking at the EU job market, because Ireland is still part of the European Union, and that matters a lot. Now the numbers. Tuition fees are anywhere between 15 to 30 lakhs per year, and your total expenses would go anywhere between 30 lakhs to 40 lakhs. So it's not on the cheap side, but let's look at what you're getting in return. Salaries, especially in tech and analytics, can range anywhere between 45 lakhs to 70 lakh rupees per year. And after taxes and living expenses, you would realistically save anywhere around rupees 20 lakhs to 35 lakh rupees per year. So you will be recovering your investment in around 1.5 to 2.5 years. On paper, Ireland looks really strong, but there are some things you should really be careful about. Number 1, very few universities in Ireland are truly top tier. I'm talking about Trinity College Dublin, University College Dublin. So if you're getting into one of those, then brilliant. But if you're not, the value of a degree drops significantly, and that changes the entire ROI calculation. Number 2, Ireland is slightly expensive than other European countries, not dramatically, but enough to make a difference. And number 3, competition is increasing rapidly, especially from the students who are now choosing Ireland over UK post Brexit. So getting into good programs is getting harder. Bottom line, Ireland is a really strong option if you're going into top tier universities or getting into good programs like tech or analytics that are high in demand. Otherwise, you might be paying a premium for something that doesn't fully deliver. At number 3, we have Poland. And I know what you're thinking. Poland, really? Here's the thing. Poland is not trying to compete with Germany or Netherlands in terms of salaries. That's not the game it's playing. Poland's game is simple. Keep your costs low, recover your investments fast, and give you a solid, stable entry point into Europe. And it does that very well. So let's start with the cost. Tuition fees are anywhere between 5 to 12 lakh rupees per year, and living costs are around 8 to 12 lakh rupees per year. And compared to Western Europe, that's significantly affordable. Poland's economy has crossed $1 trillion, and it is one of the fastest growing economies in all of Europe. And because of that, a lot of global companies have set up their operations here, especially in cities like Warsaw and Krakow. In fact, Poland has earned a very specific reputation in the business world. It's known as Europe's back office. And what that means for you as an international student is that a lot of jobs here are for English-speaking professionals because you're often serving clients across Europe and globally. It's very similar to how people in India work for international market from right here in Mumbai or Bangalore. And now your salaries typically range from 20 lakhs to 35 lakhs rupees per year. And after taxes and living expenses, your savings would come anywhere between 10 lakhs to 20 lakhs rupees per year. And your payback period will be 1.5 years to 2.5 years. And yes, there are trade-offs. The job market is still developing and it's not as deep or diverse as Netherlands or Germany. And for certain roles, knowing Polish can give you a real advantage. So that's something to factor in. But if your goal is straightforward, low investment, fast recovery, safe and practical entry into Europe, then Poland is generally one of the safest countries to opt for. At number 2, we have Japan. And this is where things get interesting because Japan is not about ROI. It's about where the world is heading tomorrow. And here's something people don't fully appreciate. Japan is in the middle of a demographic crisis. And I don't mean that slightly. I mean a genuine historic crisis. They're simply not having enough children. Their population is expected to shrink significantly over the next few decades. And a country with a shrinking population has a serious problem. Who is going to run the economy? The answer is international talent. People like you, which means Japan is not just open to international, it needs them. And this completely changes how you think about Japan. Tuition fees are anywhere around 3 to 10 lakh rupees per year, and your living expenses can cost you around 8 to 12 lakh rupees per year. So your total cost can come around anywhere between 15 lakh to 25 lakh per year. Fresh graduates earn anywhere between 22 lakhs to 40 lakh rupees per year, and realistically, after taxes and living expenses, you can save anywhere between 10 to 20 lakh rupees per year. So you can recover your invested amount in anywhere between 1.5 to 3 years. And the universities like University of Tokyo, Tokyo Tech University, Kyoto University, Osaka University, these are some world-class institutions where you can study engineering, IT, AI, and more. English taught programs are very limited compared to Europe, and language remains a genuine barrier in the job market. So knowing Japanese will open doors that simply won't open otherwise. So Japan is not for everyone, but if you're thinking long term, then the future demand is completely in your favor. And finally, at number 1, we have Germany. And honestly, it's not even a close contest. Germany is the most logical choice for ROI, and when you look at everything it offers together, it becomes a very difficult to argue against it. Let's just go through what Germany actually gives you. Free or low-cost education, free healthcare, and a clear immigration pathway. And this is a big one. More than 1,500 English-taught master's program and more than 250 undergraduate program. And this is a massive advantage for the international student. Now let's get into the numbers. Tuition fees in some public universities is almost zero. Your salaries can range anywhere between 45 lakhs to 70 lakh rupees per year. After taxes and living expenses, your savings can come around 20 lakh rupees to 30 lakh rupees per year, and your payback period would be around 1.5 to 3 years. Now, I'll be honest, the job market in Germany is slightly weak, and I'm not going to pretend otherwise. But here's something important to understand. The weakness is largely due to short-term global factors, not something structural, not something permanent. At its core, Germany is a manufacturing powerhouse, one of the strongest industrial bases in the entire world, and sectors like engineering, IT, healthcare, and tech are not going anywhere. The future is very strong, but one real trade-off: learning German will significantly improve your job prospect. It's not impossible to get a job without it, but knowing German will open up a whole different level of opportunity. But when you add everything up, the near zero cost of education, the strong salaries, the clear immigration pathway, and the quality of universities, and the long-term stability of the economy, Germany gives you one of the most reliable, highest ROI out of any country in the world for international students, which is exactly why it's number 1. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, is that the best country is not the one where the salaries are the highest. It's the one where you can realistically recover your investments, because at the end of the day, studying abroad is not an expense, it's an investment. And like any investment, the returns matter more than the price tag. And if you want help in figuring out which country actually makes sense for you, for your profile and for your goals, click the link in description or scan the QR code that is shown on the screen right now to schedule a free counseling session with us. And I hope you found this video valuable. I'll see you in the next one.